Joe Walsh and Liam Bridcut, you hope to have them back around the MK Dons game. Is that the case or not?
It's not the case with Liam. I think I might have mentioned it post-match, if not pre-match on Saturday, that he had a little bit of an issue when he was doing his sort of rehab and doing his bits with the physios, and he may need a bit of a clean out in his knee. I know he was with the surgeon last night to get a little bit more info, but yeah, he looks like he's going to be out for a little while longer. Joe Walsh, certainly more positive, come through a full 90 minutes behind closed doors on Tuesday. So, you know, he's at that 90-minute mark now. He was still a little bit stiff, as you can imagine, yesterday, so didn't train. He possibly will train tomorrow, but he'll certainly be in and around the group, if not tomorrow, but then definitely for the rest of February.
With regards to Tom Hopper, how's his progress going?
Yeah, pretty well, to be fair. He's on the grass now with the physios, which is positive. So gradually over the last couple of months, he's built his sort of impact on the shin, and he's on the grass doing bits and pieces, and it's good to see him around, to be fair.
And Lewis Monsman, I saw tweeted yesterday, he'd had his operation. Did it all go okay as far as you're aware? And I guess this is the start of the long road to recovery, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm aware it went pretty well. You know, I spoke to Lewis via text myself yesterday when he was on his way back up. I can imagine being a bit groggy, but he was telling me that not only did it go really well or very well, they were happy that there was either no damage or limited damage to the meniscus, which can tend to happen with obviously these type of injuries. So it looks like it was, as isolated as it could be in terms of, you know, the cruciate ligament. So if that is the case, obviously, you know, we know he's going to be out for a while and his recovery is going to be long, but it is good news from a long-term point of view for when he wants to get back and needs to get back.
In the week, we saw Charlie Kendall hit another couple of goals. How do you monitor him, or do you bother monitoring him? Now he's your player. Do you have as much of an interest in watching how he gets on, or do you leave him to his own devices between now and May?
I mean, listen, I'll leave him to his own devices to a degree and stay in touch between now and the end of the season. But you know, we will watch, whether it's sort of myself, Joe, James, staff, Jared, whoever it may be. We'll watch 3 or 4 games between now and the end of the season. But, you know, for me, it's just important he's continue to play men's football, hopefully score a load of goals. And then, obviously, when we start pre-season, he's with us on that first day of pre-season to see where we're at.
And I guess someone like him getting a lot of football with Sam Long and Sean Rowan, you should have a couple of players that will come back in pre-season, hopefully firing on all cylinders.
Yes, definitely. That's the beauty sometimes, certainly with the Irish boys. You know, within summer leagues, it's a great opportunity for them to almost bridge that gap between sort of kids football, men's football, but then like in and out of men's football to play regular. And one of the reasons you send players out on loan is not only just to be involved and be around men's football, but to improve their robustness and see if they can cope with it week in, week out, or 3 days a week, 3 times a week. So, yeah. And the good thing is as well is that obviously they are very young, but they're gaining experience along the way. So, you know, what do you call as experience? You call someone experienced because they may be like, I don't know, 30 or getting towards the 30s, or they've got 300 games under the belt. You know, there's a little bit of a mixture, and we just got to try and get that balance right. You know, for the end of this season, certainly going into next season.
MK Dons had quite a bit of change in the transfer window. Are they stronger than when you last played them, do you think?
I think they are. And that's not to try and sort of scare our boys in any way, shape or form, because I thought we were just as good as they were at our place. I thought it was a very good game. And obviously we lost the game late on because of a bit of nervousness where we were at the time. So, I think they've done really well in January. You know, the players that they brought in, they've made sensible signings, possibly chance 1 or 2 might go straight into the team. You know, the boy Kessler, been aware of him for a while, and he's done ever so well at Swindon. Obviously, we're aware of the likes of Smith, etc. Connor's obviously in there. Connor Coventry's in there as well. So they've had a very, very good window, and I think when they're able to sort of bring sort of Corbener in, who I know had a bit of a mixed time at Sheffield Wednesday, but he looks as if he'd give him a completely different dimension as well. So I'm sure Liam will be delighted with the business that he's done in the window.
And is it their attacking threat once again that is the biggest concern tomorrow?
Absolutely. Rob, they're a miles better team than they were last year. There's no doubt about that. And that's not being disrespectful to anyone in terms of their attacking power, what you just touched on there. They've got sort of pace in the team, which is noticeable. And they're a real threat. And we're aware of that. But we've been very, very good away from home, and we know how to defend at times when we need to, and counter attack at times when we need to. So we just got to get that balance right, understand and be aware of what their threats are, but at the same time, how can we hurt that?
And we've got midweeks coming up as well over the next couple of Tuesday nights. Will that play a part in your team selection and how many minutes people get over the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, I've made it clear to the players that the reality is the same 11. I'm not going to be able to play for the next 21 days or so, 22 days. So, there has to be a focus within the group, not just the starting 11. And opportunities that are going to come about, whether it's injuries, whether it's suspensions, whether it's illness. Obviously, with COVID still around. So, I'm glad that we've got a few more numbers than we had at the start of January. Obviously, it'll be helpful if we can keep as many fit as possible to give me that opportunity to keep it fresh as I can.